So, what up? This is RKO Legend Killer 687, and right now I'm trying to wrap my brain around what I just fucking witnessed. Fuck you, Vince McMahon. Fuck you, John Cena. If there's two more worthless pieces of shit I want in a brothel, it's those two fucks. Oh, okay. For any of you who ordered Summerslam tonight, I feel terrible for you that you wasted $40 on this piece of trash. Luckily, I ordered it for free, but it still didn't satisfy my fucking... Ah! Sorry, I'm so angry right now, but... Let's get to the card, since I have no choice here. So yeah, the first match to start things off was the Intercontinental title match with Kofi, Kingston, and Dolph Ziggler. Now, I just gave this an NA because Nexus interfered after the match went into its 6th or 7th minute. They interfered, beat the shit out of both Kofi and Ziggler. Wade Barrett got on the mic and said, we're all united and whatnot, and it's for a bigger purpose, like they always say. And he says, Team WWE's in trouble. Well, at that point, it was kind of believable, but after the horse shit that occurred later in the program, it's hard to differ. So, then we go backstage, and it's Chris Jericho talking to Edge, and Edge is eating a Slim Jim, which is kind of funny. But they're both talking to Miz on how you should join Nexus. We all hate Cena, or how you should join Team WWE. And Miz says, fellas, I don't think so, or whatever, and I wasn't really paying attention to that. And all I know is Miz took Edge's Slim Jim and walked off, so I'd be pissed if I was Edge. But next was the women's title match, Melina versus Alicia Fox, or the Divas title, I'm sorry. It really fucking matters. Actually, this match wasn't that bad for a Divas match. I gave it 2 stars. Melina won the Divas title, which I was kind of confused by the finish because I've never really seen her use that move before, but it was an okay match. Then, after the match, Michelle McCool and Layla came out and talked shit to Melina, and Melina started whooping ass, but then they double-teamed her, and Michelle kicked her in the head, and that's how that segment ended. So it was just a bunch of nonsense to waste time. Next was the Big Show versus the Straight Edge Society in 3-on-1 handicap match. I gave this 2 stars, and that's being generous. Fucking Big Show won after he chokeslammed Luke Gallows, or Joey Mercury onto Luke Gallows. It was a good match. Start off, Show cleaned house. Then it was Big Show and CM Punk. And you can't really wrestle a man of that stature. You can't do moves to him. He's too fucking big. See, they worked on his hand. On the steel steps again. And, probably the best spot was Punk, and Joey Mercury had a double bulldog, which kind of looked sloppy anyway, and then Punk hit those 3 knees in the corner, but then Big Show tossed him to the outside, chokeslammed Mercury on the gallows, so that was okay. I'm sorry if I'm not myself doing this review. I am just unbelievably enraged at what I just witnessed. I might actually start watching TNA now, so. So yeah, then after that crappy handicap match, we had a segment with Sheamus and Kane backstage. And Sheamus is, asking Kane if he could borrow his casket so he can put Orton in it. And Kane said, I don't think so. And he's like, if you ever interrupt me again, you'll be lying in this casket or whatever. So Sheamus walked off. And Miz was in the ring. He cut a promo, pretty good promo actually, how should be the 7th member in Team WWE. And he dissed the Lakers and shit, which is funny. And then just a really good promo for the Miz, another good one. And then they have a really nice video package, promo shown for Orton and Sheamus. It's actually pretty good. And so next we had the WWE title match between Randy Orton and Sheamus. And this is probably the match of the night, given the finish was a complete and utter horse manure. Orton dominated to start the match. It was back and forth action. Sheamus came back, some moves of his own. And then basically it was probably 15 to 20 minute match. I don't know if it was that much, but it was around there. But a finish came when Sheamus hit that big pump kick on Orton, got a 2 count, and he got pissed, so he went and got a steel chair and got back in the ring, and him and the referee, tug of war with it, and the ref was like, you can't use this, and Sheamus basically shoved the ref off him, went to the outside, and the ref called for the bell. So that was the beginning of my horrible night. But alcohol helps, as you can see, so... So then after the match, Orton just fucking beat the shit out of Sheamus, tore up the announcer's table, dropped him with an RKO, which left me, I was satisfied a bit, but my man didn't get that strap, so Sheamus is still WWE champion, and then, which was really surprising because I thought Orton would go over, but I have no idea what their plans are in the next couple months. After tonight, I have no idea what Vince or the creative writers are even thinking. Jesus fucking Christ. And then next was the World Heavyweight Championship match between Kane and Rey Mysterio. Oh, and I gave that Orton-Sheamus match, I gave it 3 stars because it was actually a pretty good wrestling match, despite the finish. But, actually, I don't even know if I can give a match, ratings if it ends in DQ, but I really don't give a shit because I'm fucking pissed as hell. So Kane came down to the ring pushing a casket, and Rey came out rocking some nice orange attire. Baseball slide by Rey, or to Rey by Kane while he was pinned up against the ring post. Kane had a bear hug applied for a good while. Rey went for a springboard, but Kane counters with a huge big boot. Rey had a flying headbutt while Kane was standing, and it dropped him, which is pretty cool. And then Rey counters with a tilt-a-whirl reverse DDT on Kane, which is pretty sick. And then a seated senton by Rey, tilt-a-whirl DDT. And then Kane caught Rey with a big uppercut off the top rope, which is sick. And then Rey gets a 619, went for a pin. Kane kicked out at 2. Choke slam, and then Kane hits a big choke slam for the 3. I gave it a 2-star match. It was decent. It was 10, 11 minutes. So it was a 2-star match. I gave it. And after the match, Kane got on the mic and says, Rey, will suffer, and you'll suffer in a casket. And Rey fights back, but Kane uses 2 big choke slams, then drags him over to the casket. But Rey fights back, goes for the senton, or whatever. And then after he choke slammed Rey twice, he hit him with a tombstone, then dragged him in the coffin. And when he opened it, Undertaker was in there. Big pop. Taker came out. He looked at Rey or whatever and looked like he was going to attack him. And then he turned to Kane, and Kane hit him with a tombstone, which is pretty cool. And then that ended that segment with Kane leaving with his world title. Taker was lying in the ring as Kane music was playing. So that was cool. So then we go to the main event, which is really where this rant is going to start, people. So get your popcorn and fucking drinks, because this is going to be a profanity-laced rant. So it was Team Nexus versus the Nexus versus Team WWE in the main event. Everyone comes out, Nexus out first, then Cena, and by the way, Cena switched from a bright orange shirt. Now he's rocking the faggot little purple shirt. This guy is such a homo. But so last person comes out, and Miz comes out and says, "No, Miz, we didn't pick you or whatever. All of us, met together, and we decided there's someone who hates Nexus just as much as we." And probably the best part of the night, it's Daniel Bryan actually back in WWE. Who would have thunk it? But so he's back, and right then and there, I thought that's gonna be the guy to turn on Cena's team, but it's Daniel Bryan. So they all get to the ring. Daniel Bryan makes Darren Young submit with a crossface, so it's 7-on-6. Then John Morrison eliminated Michael Tarver with Starship Pain, so it's 7-on-5. And Skip Sheffield hits this was a pretty good match, actually. I'll give it that. This match dragged out. It must have been almost 30 minutes. So Skip Sheffield eliminated Morrison, a big, huge clothesline. So 6-on-5. Then another clothesline from Sheffield to R-Truth. So he's gone a 3 count. Excuse me. So it's 5-on-5. And then Bret Hart hit Skip Sheffield with a steel chair, which got him DQ'd. There's a weird little sequence there. The chair came in the ring. Bret Hart hit Sheffield, so he got eliminated. So it's 5-on-4. Then Jericho hits a code breaker on Skip Sheffield, and then Edge tags Edge in and hits a spear for the 3. So it's 4-on-4. Then Y2J makes a Tonga tap at the wall, so it's 4-on-3. I missed it. I didn't see this part. Jericho, I don't know how he got eliminated, but it's 3-on-3. Then Edge got rolled up by Slater. It's 3 on Heath Slater, so it's 3-on-2. And then Daniel Bryan cleaned house here. He had fucking some sick moves here. I'm really glad this guy came back. Made Heath Slater tap the crossface. It's pretty nice. His version of crossface is a little different from Benoit's, I noticed, because he kind of does something weird with the arm, but it's still pretty sick. Just as effective. So it's 2-on-2. And then the fucking Miz comes out with his little briefcase, hits Daniel Bryan in the back of the head with it while the ref wasn't looking. Wade Barrett pins him. 3 count. So it's 1-on-2. So it's John Cena versus Wade Barrett and Justin Gabriel. Now, Justin Gabriel goes up top. Wade Barrett hits like a DDT on the concrete on the outside. He ripped up the fucking mat. Brings Cena back in. And Cena looks like he's dead. And Justin Gabriel gets tagged in. Sits on the top rope for about 20 seconds. Not 20 seconds, but he was up there for a while. Goes for a 450 splash. Misses. And it's not like, and then Cena pins him for the 3. It's not like he, put him in the STF after, made him tap out, or picked him up and dropped him in the FU. No. Just pins him after a fucking missed 450 splash. And then if that wasn't bad enough, at this point I was thinking, alright, it's Wade Barrett and Cena. Now, I thought Daniel Bryan maybe come back out and cost Cena the match. No. Of course not. Not at all. No more than 5-6 minutes later, Cena puts Wade Barrett in the STF, and he fucking taps out. And that's how SummerSlam ends. Now, I got 3 minutes left on this video, so I'm about to unleash some pure anger. Now, let me put my beer down. Now, I don't understand what the fuck WWE creative, what the hell are those writers doing? This is the worst fucking booking I've seen since sliced bread. I mean, this is fucking awful. It's shit. Vince McMahon, you're a fucking idiot. Stop letting Cena suck your cock, sell his little fucking bright orange shirts, these little kitties, haven't even sprouted a fucking hair on their nut. I mean, for fuck's sake. I was on this free website. It was streaming it free. So I was chatting with these kids while watching it. I've never seen more one kid was like, I hope there's just an awful chant for Cena tomorrow night. And I don't blame him. I really hope someone jumps the barricade tomorrow and just breaks breaks his neck. I fucking hate this faggot. You suck at wrestling. You're a terrible actor. Your rap is subpar. I was just waiting after the match after Barrett tapped out. I was like, wait, that's it? Granted, Barrett didn't tap out until 20 seconds after Cena applied the hold. I was expecting someone to run out and interfere and break it up. No. John Cena going over again, which there's no fucking reason for him to. I know it's backwards, but this is what my fucking piece of paper says. You can read backwards. Fuck you, Cena. Fuck you, Vince. I'm fucking sick of this shit. I'm so disappointed at this pay-per-view. Overall, I'm probably give it 5 out of fucking 10 stars because that's how much cock it sucked. Oh my god. I'm so disappointed. There was no heel turn on Cena's team. Nothing good. The first 3 matches, by 9 o'clock, there were already 3. By 8:40, there were already 3 matches complete. That's how shitty. This SummerSlam has to be one of the worst in wrestling in WWE history. This is fucking shit. Oh my god. I would have rather watched that terrible December to Dismember pay-per-view that ECW threw together the last second in 2006 and watch this fucking shit. I don't know when Cena, they're just gonna, I have no idea. I have lost faith in WWE, what they're doing with Cena and shit, but I don't know. This is RKO Legend Killer 687. I'm pissed as fuck. I'm trying to get drunk. Peace.